So the plan is to make a new dial for this Omega 484 movement. I've photographed the main plate, photographed it on graph paper to check how accurately the camera is directly above. And it isn't perfect, but it is very close. These here are the dial feet holes, and I measured 60 degrees from 3 o'clock, or the crown, and 45 degrees from 6 and 9 o'clock. And actually, looking at the dial, they do appear the feet sit perfectly behind 1 o'clock and between 7 and 8. The previous dials I've made for new movements that I had CAD drawings from. So I had X, Y coordinates to the dial feet holes and required trigonometry to calculate the radius and the angle. And I expected this to be more of an adventure, but it is a joy to find old movement designed and laid out in a way suitable for the manual machines that I'm using. I measured the dial feet to be 0.7 millimeters thick, and using this to arrive at a radius of 5.8 millimeters. Start off spot drilling and drilling the 0.3mm brass on a glue chuck, then turn the outside diameter. I need a pin to accurately locate the dial blank on a rotary table. This is me turning this down to size to fit that hole. Obviously it's a 1.3mm drilled hole, but I test fit just to get it as closely as possible, and scribing the radius, and here it is mounted upon the rotary table. As I rotate around, I also mark, as well as the dial feet, 3 o'clock to help with dividing the front of the dial when I get to that. Brazing, silver solder the dial feet on. So this is the first attempt. You've got one dial foot you can see up here. It's a very thick part of the main plate, and sits well within the hole. The other dial foot down here, this part of the plate is much thinner, and this foot does stick out just a little, and so needs to be shorter. And then to look at how well centered, well, not well centered, nowhere near good enough, so I had another go. So here, second attempt, have kept this dial foot below the surface of the plate, and if we look on the other side for the proper test of how well centered, rather well centered, imperfectly centered, but better. My plan for the next one is to, after drilling this hole in the lathe, to then scribe the line that the feet will sit on, so that that will be perfectly concentric with the center, and then turn the outside diameter. The distance between the feet has worked well. They fit on quite smoothly. I'm concerned though that I'm getting an accuracy from how well my adapted spring bow compass will sit in the drilled hole at the centre of the dial. The plan next is to test the various ways that I have considered for mounting this into the case, and when that is settled I will be able to get back to machining the proper finished case, which I am very eager to do, It's all taken me a little bit longer than I would have preferred.